Welcome students. For this class we have started a series of classes where we have studied about electrostatics. We have seen about the electric field strength. Then we have discussed about the electric lines of forces, and after discussion to the electric lines of forces, Gauss's law. Then we have started Gauss's law, and in Gauss's law, the final formula which we have calculated, that is phi E is equal to 1 over epsilon naught Q. That is the statement of Gauss's law. And we have also discussed limitations of the Gauss's law. The formula which we have used to calculate that was, this is the total area of a closed surface, but it was yes, a uniform type of a spherical type of the object. We will see what will happen, how will you calculate that in case of irregular surface. So this is basically E, electric field intensity. During your earlier classes, you have calculated electric field intensity due to any charged particle like this one. That is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. And it was calculated by using intensity definition. So what was intensity? It was force acting per unit charge, and force was electrostatics. By putting the values, all values in this formula, if you are looking directly at this presentation or the lecture, it will be very much difficult for you to understand. First you have to understand the definition of the concept of electric intensity, and by using that concept, basically you are able to calculate uh, electric flux. And this is the value of E, and this is the total area, that is 4 pi r square. This 4 pi is cancelled on this one, and then you are getting this one 1 over epsilon naught, that is Q, and this is the electric flux through a closed surface. The above equation shows that the electric flux does not depend upon the shape or geometry of a closed surface, but it depends upon charge enclosed by the surface and the nature of the medium. So moving ahead, another part of Gauss's law, if it is a irregular type of the shape, someone asked me during the last class, how will you calculate if the surface is irregular? And this is the technique to calculate in case of irregular surface, but the surface must be a closed surface. So it is Gauss's law for irregular surface due to n number of charges. That is, in order to calculate the electric flux, let us consider a closed surface with the charges are Q1, Q2, Q3, and Qn. These are the nth number of charges in a closed surface as shown in figure. So we have divided the whole surface equal to n number of charges. Similar is the case which we have done during the Gauss's law mathematical treatment. We have divided the whole surface into nth number of charges. Then we have divided the whole surface equal to nth number of small areas. And finally, we have calculated for a single charge, that was Q phi E is equal to 1 over epsilon naught Q1. So this is for one charge. And then we are going to calculate electric flux due to the second charge, third elect due to third charge, electric flux due to third charge, and electric flux. Similarly, following the same steps, we have calculated the electric flux through nth number of charges. So if anybody asks you how will you calculate the total amount of electric flux through this irregular surface, then what we will do, we will add up the electric flux due to all the charges together, and finally we will be getting electric flux through the whole irregular closed surface. So this is the irregular closed surface. So this is the total electric flux through that closed surface will be phi E, that is equal to E1 plus phi E2 plus phi E3 plus phi En, and this is the electric flux due to nth charges. So if you read it, that is the total amount of flux flowing through the irregular surface. It is equal to the electric flux due to charge 1, electric flux due to charge 2, electric flux due to charge 3, and then up to the electric flux due to charge n. And we have placed the values of electric flux E1, then phi 2, then phi 3, and then up to nth. If you look at, this is basically electric flux to the whole surface, irregular surface is equal to 1 over for epsilon naught, that is q1, q2, q3, it is equal to qn. It means that you are adding the total amount of charges which are distributed on an irregular surface, and these are basically equal to q charge, the total charge of this irregular surface, and it is calculated by using this formula, that is 1 to n, that is qi q1. So its value I is equal to 1 to n. Its value is basically from 1, charges are added from 1 to n number of charges. So these charges are basically total charges of a closed surface. It is capital T Q, capital Q, then it is finally, it is the electric flux through an irregular whole surface, that is 1 over epsilon naught times the total amount of charge enclosed in that surface. So this is the techniques or a method to calculate uh, electric flux in case of any types of irregular n number of charges, irregular surface. So what you have done, you have divided the whole surface area equal to nth number of charges, and you have used the same technique or the formula which you have already used to calculate the Gauss's law, mathematics of the Gauss's law. Then finally you reached up to this formula, and it is used directly here. There is no need to go up to the detail which you have already done. So finally, you will use this formula, and this is calculated by using Gauss's law. So you have calculated for each and every charge, and after getting electric flux of all the charges you have added, and at the end you are getting total amount of charges of the closed surface equal to capital Q, and this is basically electric flux through an irregular surface is equal to 1 over epsilon naught times the total amount of charge enclosed in the surface. So this was the concept, how to calculate, how to use the Gauss's law in case of a regular or the complete spherical shape, and in case of irregular. If anyone asks you how will you calculate the electric flux in case of a closed but irregular shape, so this will be the technique which you have already, which is in front of you. So let's move ahead. uh, During our next class we will study about the applications of Gauss's law, and with small introduction of this topic we will end up our class today. That is, the Gauss's law provides a convenient uh, method to calculate electric field intensity in case of sufficient symmetrical charge distribution. Such examples are now presented. Number one, electric field due to charge isolated conductor. This is one of the applications of Gauss's law. By using Gauss's law, we calculate the electric intensity due to a charge isolated conductor. We know that the conductor consists of a large number of free charges inside. Conductor have electrons have charge, and electrons also are responsible for electric field, and there are protons as well. Now, if a resultant field is applied to the conductor, then the charges inside the surface will experience a certain force due to applied force. Due to this force, the charges will move towards the surface of the conductor, and thus current is set up inside the conductor. After some time, all the excessive charges will set up themselves on the outer surface of the conductor. Thus, the current becomes zero due to the absence of charges inside the conductor. Now, applying Gauss's law, we will consider Gaussian surface as just below the actual surface as in figure. So tomorrow during the next class, we will go up to the detail how the electric field intensity due to the charge isolated conductor is calculated. We have seen what happens if we apply electric field, if we apply a resultant field on a conductor, what happens? The drift force acts on the conductor by moving the charges towards the surface of the conductor. So inside at the surface of the conductor, the excessive charge will set up themselves in the outer surface of the conductor. The current will become zero due to absence of charges inside conductor. So now we will apply Gauss's law to calculate electric field intensity uh, due to an isolated charge conductor. So thank you very much for this class. Hope you people have understood. During this class, what we have done, We have calculated electric flux due to irregular surface by using Gauss's law. We have done some mathematical steps by following the same technique which we have already discussed during Gauss's law mathematical form. Then after calculating the total electric flux through closed surface, we are moving ahead, and I have given you some tasks just to go through and revise the applications of Gauss's law which we have discussed today. We have made some small, at a small level, the basic concept of calculating electric field intensity due to a charged isolated conductor, and we will go for the mathematical form mathematics to clearly understand how the electric field intensity is calculated in case of isolated conductor. With this, I thank you all for your patience. Hope you people have understood the topic.